Okay, take like 27 or whatever. I'm starting to get annoyed at myself. um, Hi, I'm Kevin. Um, I'll start by saying the obvious. This year has been shit for a lot of us. For some, including myself, it's been eye-opening. It's a year full of division, disease, death. Just truly awful. I'm going to say a lot because I'm nervous. Anyway, the last few years of my life have been full of anxiety. Developed an anxiety disorder that kind of led its way into depression, and I fell into a hole that I really didn't think I was going to make it out of. And I think one of the reasons why I fell into that hole so fast was because I didn't think that I had anybody to talk to. I know I do. I have family, friends that I can talk to, but I didn't feel that. I thought it would be a burden. I didn't want to bother anybody. I didn't have what I needed. But darkness aside, one of the things that really kind of picked me up and built a ladder for that hole was the overwhelming urge to help people never feel like that. And I think this video is going to be the start of that, hopefully. My idea is going to kind of stem from an old Celtic legend that I heard of about a god named the Dagda. I can get into it at some point in another video. One of the things, the artifact that he brought to Ireland was called the Dagda's cauldron, his cauldron. There's a name for it, but I can't remember what it was. And anyone who visited the cauldron would never leave unsatisfied. If they were seeking help with their crops, dying cattle, food, shelter, what have you, they would never leave unsatisfied. And that phrase kind of stuck with me. Never leave unsatisfied. I've been seeking community a lot. Another thing that kind of drew me to this story, a lot of the writings and forums and talking, just people talking about this, people who believe in him, it all focuses around community because of the cauldron. So that got me thinking, if there was a community like that where people could share, people could learn from each other, where no stigmas existed, where no judgments existed, trading advice, knowledge, maybe that would help people not feel so lost. I think one of the biggest problems, at least in our country, if not a lot of the world, is everybody thinks that everything costs something. I really don't believe that to be true. If you want to learn something, you should be able to ask somebody. And if you want to teach something, teach it. You shouldn't have to be afraid of learning to do a new skill, or learning a new talent, learning a new hobby, learning something that you think would benefit you and the people around you. My hands are shaking. Forgive me. I'm nervous. I'm going through my notes because I have those now. I'm that kind of person. So yeah, kind of what I'll be doing. The purpose of this video. Another thing I read. Another big lesson. I'll take that back a little bit. One of the quotes from the Dagda in one of the stories is, go find your people and be a contributing part of a community. I think that's kind of where I'm like, wait, I don't really have that. So something else really suggested is, if you don't have something, build it your own damn self. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to start it with this video. I'm gonna shoot for maybe one video a week, whether it be me making something, me talking about a new subject that I found, me learning something new, or just me going to the park. Us as humans have thoroughly screwed up what it means to be helpful, caring, and loving to one another. We really fucked that up. And we are the only ones that can fix that. So, I'm going to end this. If you made it this far, where is it? I'm gonna ask a few questions. If you don't feel comfortable commenting or saying it out loud, or even just messaging me personally, write it down. But I would encourage you to think about these. What's a skill that you're proud of? And are you willing to share that with other people? Second question is, what is the most valuable lesson you have ever learned in your life? And lastly, what have you always wanted to learn, but were too afraid to approach it? And I'm gonna butcher this ending, but one of the biggest lessons I learned in my life is to not be an asshole. So, don't be an asshole. Remember to love each other. And hopefully I'll see you around.